Hello friends, welcome to the learning series on the great scientists and technologists of the world. Today we are going to learn about Willis Haviland Carrier, one of the most famous and renowned scientists of the 20th century. Kindly watch till the end to learn about Willis Haviland Carrier. Willis Haviland Carrier was an American engineer best known for inventing modern air conditioning. Carrier invented the first electrical air conditioning unit in 1902. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and click on the bell button to get our subsequent videos. Let's go into the video. The Carriers were a family of very tough and hard-working pioneers. On November 26, 1876, Duane and Elizabeth Haviland had a baby. They named him Willis Haviland Carrier. Little Willis Carrier grew up as the only child in a household of adults. His parents, grandparents, and a great-aunt surrounded him. With no young friends around him, Willis became accustomed to playing alone. He made up his own games, many of which revolved around mechanics. One day, little Willis saw the statue of a deer on his grand-aunt's table. He was fascinated by the statue and decided to build a whole set of animals. He dreamed of putting machines into them so that they could move around. In fact, he kept coming up with ideas to mechanize the entire farm. When he was 9 years old, Willis attended arithmetic class in the one-room school at Evans Center. At the school, he was taught fractions. Willis was dumbfounded. Try as he might, he could not seem to grasp the meaning of fractions. When his mother noticed that he was having difficulty, she decided to help him. One day, Willis watched in amazement as his mother cut the apples into halves, quarters, and eighths and added and subtracted the parts to show him what fractions were all about. From that day on, fractions took on new meaning, and Willis was very proud. He felt as if he had made a great discovery. In fact, Willis would later on say, "From that day onwards, no problems would be too hard for me. I'd simply break them down to something simple, and then they would be easy to solve." From then on, Willis did very well at school. Willis learned a lot from his mother. Unfortunately, Willis's mother died when he was 11 years old. But luckily for him, his father's sister, Aunt Abby, came to live with them. She was as mechanically inclined as Willis's mother, and she left a lasting impression on Willis. She explained how the pump worked and stated, "The atmosphere exerts a pressure of about 15 pounds per square inch." That was the first time Willis had heard of atmospheric pressure. This was a turning point in Willis's life. He became very interested in the study of air and air pressure. In the fall of 1890, Willis entered Angola Academy. Each morning, Willis got up at 5 o'clock and helped his father milk 24 cows. Once that was over, Willis would deliver the cans of milk by wagon. He would then ride home, have breakfast, and walk a mile across the fields to school. During this time, Willis became obsessed with the idea of becoming an engineer. He had no trouble winning a state scholarship and entered Cornell University. Since he was not very wealthy, Willis had to earn his own room and board money by mowing lawns and stoking furnaces. During his year at the university, he formed a cooperative student laundry. It was here that he met Edith Seymour, whom he would soon marry. In 1901, Willis graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering. After graduation, he got a job with the Buffalo Forge Company. The company manufactured heaters, blowers, and air exhaust systems. His first job was that of a heating engineer in a new experimental department at Buffalo Forge. While designing heating systems, Willis started his own research program to determine how much heat the air would hold. This research helped the company's engineers accurately estimate how much heater surface area was needed to heat a given space. This helped save the company $40,000. At the age of 25, Willis Carrier was assigned to solve a humidity problem at a printing plant in Brooklyn. Moisture inside the plant was creating a lot of problems in the printing process. Willis determined what the proper moisture level for printing should be and reviewed the national weather tables to determine the precise temperature to maintain appropriate moisture levels. He then talked about designing cooling equipment to bring the temperature inside the plant to that humidity level. Authorities recognized this new way of adjusting air levels and specifying temperatures for cooling water that flows through refrigeration coils as the first scientific air conditioning system. This was quite an accomplishment for Willis. Willis quickly improved this system with other mechanisms to control heat and humidity. One smoggy day, while standing on a railroad platform, Willis wondered how temperature affected the smog. It was then that he hit upon the idea of creating moisture by using a nozzle originally designed to spray insecticide. He patented the apparatus for treating air, which made dew point control possible. This was the fundamental basis for the development of the air conditioning industry. By 1914, Carrier had designed and installed air conditioning systems for manufacturing plants, department stores, soap, etc. But then tragedy struck when World War I broke out. This forced the Buffalo Forge Company to stop investing in its subsidiary company. He and 6 of his colleagues staked their personal savings of $32,600, along with their futures, in a new company they called Carrier-Lu Engineering Corporation. By the 1920s, Willis began refining and improving his invention so that air conditioning could be applied to benefit the health and comfort of the public. Carrier air conditioning systems could control the atmosphere in their industries and offices. Work improved, businesses boomed, and everyone began to prosper. Willis installed his cooling system for many prestigious clients, including Madison Square Garden, the U.S. House and Senate Chambers, and the White House. The Carrier Company soon began to air condition atomic submarines, the first bus, railroad cars, and even planes. Willis Carrier had invented and patented over 80 different air conditioners. He traveled far and became every engineer's hero. Willis died at the age of 73 at his home, in New York. Willis Carrier was a dreamer, but he based his dreams on reality. In his own words, he said, "I fish only for edible fish and hunt only for edible game, even in the laboratory." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family.